I am not the only one in this mess. AGF Malami sold assets were recovered without constitutional process. Fresh facts has begun to emanate on the alleged sales of forfeited assets by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, which pitted the two government institutions against each other. Investigations by one of our correspondents revealed that the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami San, and the suspended EFCC acting chairman, Ibrahim Magu, at different times gave separate authorization for the sales of seized assets, rather than harmonize the disposal of assets forfeited by alleged looters and other individuals arraigned on charges of financial and cyber crimes. Finding indicated that their respective offices had separately invited auctioneers to bid for the sales of luxury homes, cars, trucks, sea vessels, crude oil, and other valuables running into billions of naira. The Ministry of Justice and EFCC had placed several auction notices in the federal tenders, journal and other media inviting the public for auction sales of some seized assets. In February 2018, for instance, the ministry placed an advertisement inviting auctioneers, marine engineers, valuers, and consultants for valuation and disposal of vessels, ships, boats, trucks, vehicles, and petroleum products. The notice was placed on a subscription-based online portal. The ministry hinged the move on the decision of the federal government to clear its territorial waters, ports, dockyards, agency offices, stations, and highways of obsolete and unauthorized vessels, barks, boats, ships, trucks, vehicles, and the cargo in furtherance of national security of the Federation and recovery of its assets policy. On September 19, 2019, the Anti-Graft Agency auctioned 244 trailers and tankers forfeited to the federal government by illegal oil dealers. 11 auctioneers participated in the bid. The exercise was inaugurated by the Commission Secretary, Mr. Ola Olukoyede, together with a team of senior officers at the EFCC Zonal Office in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The agency issued a press statement on the exercise. A copy of the notice was also published on its website. In November 2019, Magu also announced that his agency would contract international auction houses to sell the jewelry reportedly worth $40 million recovered from ex-Petroleum Minister Mrs. Diezani Alice Madueke, together with signature made from internet fraudsters, having secured a forfeiture order from the Federal High Court on September 10th. Magu stated this during a conference at the Lagos office of the Commission, where he briefed the stakeholders on the crusade against cybercrime and fraudsters. The jewelry includes 419 bangles, 305 rings, 304 earrings, 267 necklaces, 189 wristwatches, 174 earrings, 78 bracelets, 77 brooches, and 74 pendants, as well as luxury houses in Nigeria, United States, and in the United Kingdom. Sources said the refusal of Magu to involve the AGF in the disposal of the forfeited asset largely informed the rift between them, which led Malami to write a memo to the President Major General Muhammad Buhari, in which he reportedly leveled 22 allegations against embattled EFCC boss, who is a commissioner of police. Following the development, The president set up a fact-finding panel headed by a retired president of the Court of Appeal, Justice Ayo Malami, and 6 other members, including DIG Mike Ogbizi, Hassan Abdullahi, representing Department of State Services, Douglas Ekweme, Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, Malam Shamsuddin, OAGF, Mohammed Abubakar, Ministry of Justice, and Kazim Atilebi, Civil Society Group. Magu has been held in police custody since Monday and currently undergoing interrogation over what was said to include the unapproved sales of recovered assets. The embattled EFCC boss was said to have been accosted on Monday by the operatives of the Department of State Service in front of the old EFCC headquarters on Formella Street, Wuse 2, Abuja, around 12 p.m. and whisked to the venue of the panel sitting. The panel's investigation is holding behind closed doors in one of the conference rooms in the old banquet hall of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Meanwhile, documents obtained by Saturday Punch on Friday indicated that the AGF last year granted approval to some operators in the oil industry to sell 5 sea vessels holding crude oils and diesel forfeited to the federal government. The vessel valued at millions of naira and laden with tons of crude oil and diesel were seized by security agencies from illegal oil bunkering operators during different operations. In separate document, the AGF directed Omo J. Nigeria Limited to dispose of the crude oil and diesel in 4 sea vessels through an open bid. In another approval, the AGM mandated the firm to sell 5 vessels, despite the fact that the firm and its managing director, Mr. Jerome Itepu, stood trial at the Delta State High Court Asaba for allegedly stealing about 12,000 metric tons of crude oil loaded in a vessel, MT Aquada, aka MT Kwa, valued at 384 million. In 2009, the auctioneer was to get 3% of the sale. The EFCC had in 2015 arraigned 4 persons on charges of conspiracy, stealing and receiving stolen goods. The accused included a businessman and chieftain of the All Progressive Congress in Edo Central Senatorial District, Chief Francis Inegbeneki, Chief Executive Officer of Omoje Nigeria Limited, Mr. Jerome Itepo, Omoje Nigeria Limited, and Ine Oil Limited, owned by Inegbeneki. Thank you for listening to this news. You can see, my viewer, you can see. No, see, that statement by Bangboshe that the life of Magu is very, very useful and important for Nigeria now to secure more facts concerning this fraud done by Magu is true. Because if you see, Magu is not the only one in this fraud. Definitely is going to reveal and expose so many people that are also involved. You see now, he has started revealing them one after the other. You see, he has now this one now has to do with the EFCC versus the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF. You see, giving approval for the sales of seized assets that wasn't theirs, that was seized, which they supposed to follow constitutional process before carrying out any sales. They went behind, sold it, and loaded the money into their own personal purse. This, you see how people are stealing from the government? You see, my viewers, your comments concerning this are very much important. Please, don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell buttons to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.